From Nashville, Tennessee, the country music capital of the world and home of the Air Castle of the South, it's time for the Marty Stuart Show, featuring Marty Stuart, the Rolls Royce of country singers, Miss Connie Smith, the old Tennessee slicker, Leroy Troy, along with all the fabulous superlatives, cousin Kenny Bond, handsome Harry Stinson, the Apostle Paul Martin, plus Gary Carter on the steel guitar, and today's special guest, Grand Ole Opry star Jim Ed Brown. Join us now for 30 minutes of fun and great country music. I'm your announcer, Eddie Stubbs. Now, how about a superlative welcome for our host, the king of Mississippi treble and twang himself. Here is Marty Stuart.
Hey, Stubbs! You're an honorary Mississippian. Well, this time, if you want me to come back, it's up to you. But remember, I won't allow the things you used to do. You're gonna have to toe the mark and walk the line. This time will be the last time. Oh, this time, if I should feel unwanted, well, I won't stay. Each tomorrow will depend on the love you give today. Well, it's all up to you, so keep in mind, this time will be the last time. Or if this time should be anything like the other time, this time will be the last time. If this time should be anything like the other time, this time will be the last time. Thank you, Cousin Kenny. All right, brother. Somebody say howdy to me, please. And howdy back to you, my friends and neighbors. I'm Marty Stuart. I'd like to welcome you to the Marty Stuart Show. If you got country music on your mind, well, you're at the right place. We do, too. For the next 30 minutes, we got you covered on all things concerning traditional country music. Superlatives? Yes. Been waiting a long time to get this fellow on our show. A true country music legend. One of the great members of the Grand Ole Opry. How about a hand for the one and only Mr. Jim Ed Brown? Come here, James Edward. Hey, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yes, sir. Take it away, sir.
I got my guitar. Let me sing a song.
All right.
Pop a top again. I've just got time for one more round. Set 'em up, my friend. And I'll be gone, and you can let some other fool sit down. I'd like for you to listen to a joke I heard today from a woman who said she was through and calmly walked away. I tried to smile and did a while, but it felt so out of place. Did you ever hear of a clown with teardrops streaming down his face? Pop a top again. I think I'll have another round. Set 'em up, my friend. and I'll be gone, and you can let some other fool sit down. Home to me is misery, and here I'm wasting time, 'cause a row of fools on a row of stools is not what's on my mind. But then you see her leaving me is not what I prefer, so it's either here drinking beer or home remembering her. Papa Top again. I think I'll have another round. Set 'em up, my friend, and I'll be gone, and you can let Marty Stuart come on back in. I thank you much. I thank you much.
Now that's the way that's supposed to be done right there, Mr. Brown.
Great job there from Jim Ed Brown and Papa Top. A little easier when he did it on the record. You just used a can of Dr. Pepper to...
Hey, that's pretty
Well.
good, Eddie. Welcome back to the Marty Stuart Show, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Superlatives, look over there on that hay bale. A true country music legend, Mr. Jim Ed Brown, between Hank and Jimmy Rogers. Speaking of country music legends, here comes another one through the door. How about a hand for the great Connie Smith, everybody? Come here, Constance. That Connie Smith, cuz, I don't know. Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown. How about a hand for Mr. Jim Ed Brown, Superlatives? Yeah. Welcome, sir.
Boy, I love to be on your show.
I'm glad you're here.
Last time I had a hand like that was when I told Mama I was leaving home.
Speaking of home,
Yes.
you're an Arkansas man.
I'm an Arkansas boy.
A lot of great music comes from Arkansas.
Right. Sure is.
And we could talk all day about that.
You know what? This is not right, really. There's no man supposed to be able to play as good as you and sing as good as you.
Oh, come on.
So you need to cut out one of them. I don't know which one. But what a pleasure it is to sing with you. Can we do one of my favorite old songs? Eddie Arnold recorded this some years ago, plus Jimmy Driftwood and I don't know how many others. A song called The Tennessee Stud.
We'll do it.
You like that?
I love that.
I got some horses at the house. If you come out, I'll let you ride one.
That'll be a
You
sight.
won't ride mine.
Watch this. 2, 3.
I like that, don't you? Along about 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. I never would have got through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been a-riding on the Tennessee Stud.
Well, I had some trouble with my sweetheart's paw. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw.
He was a bad fella.
I sent her a letter by my uncle's bud, and I rode away on the Tennessee Stud.
The Tennessee Stud is long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like a Tennessee Stud.
2, 3.
We drifted on down to no man's land. We crossed that river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse with the Spaniard foal till I got a skin of silver and gold.
Me and a gambler, we couldn't agree. We got in a fight over Tennessee. We jerked our guns and he fell with a thud, and I rode away on the Tennessee Stud.
I got just as lonesome as a man could be, dreaming of my girl back in Tennessee. The Tennessee Stud's green eyes turned blue, 'cause he was a-dreaming of his sweetheart too.
Then we loped right back across Arkansas. I whooped her brother and I whooped her paw. Found that girl with the golden hair, and she was a-riding on the Tennessee mare.
The Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, but there never was a horse like the Tennessee Stud. To stare up and side by side, we crossed the mountains and the valleys wide. We came to Big Muddy, then we forded the flood on the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee stud.
With a pretty little baby on the cabin floor, a little house cold raiding round the door. I love that girl with the golden hair. The Tennessee stud loves the Tennessee mare. Ain't that good? The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green.
He had the nerve and he had the blood, but there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud.
2, 3. One more time. I appreciate that.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
Great job there, fellows. A Mississippian and Arkansan singing about a horse from Tennessee and meeting in the middle there. All right.
Here he comes right here. The Sultan of Goodlettsville, the most popular man in country music, ladies and gentlemen, the old Tennessee Slicker. How about a hand for Leroy Troy? Come here, Leroy. Hey, come on in. You know Jim Ed and Connie. Yeah. Hello, Goodlettsville, man.
Hey, boy, you said a whole bunch that time.
Woo, had a mouthful. That big hamburger. We got to go down there and check that out sometime.
We will.
All right. You look like you got something big on your mind today. What
Well, I
is
tell
it?
you what, man, I must be crazy.
Reckon?
Yeah, Paul here the other week seen our old friend, Mr. Paul Yandell, one of the finest guitar pickers in this town.
Legend.
And he said Paul wanted to hear I'm My Own Grandpaw.
I'm My Own
Grandpaw.
Grandpaw.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to do this.
This is complicated, ain't it?
It's going to be very difficult.
Well, take off and let's see what happens.
And Mr. Jim Ed and Constance are going to try to help me.
All right.
All right, here we go. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Now, many years ago when I was 23, I married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair red. My father fell in love with her and soon them two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad.
Well,
For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of a widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa.
I knew something was right.
Father's wife then had a son who kept them on the run.
Yeah.
And he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now, if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild. And every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild.
Yeah.
For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband to my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It's so funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa.
Yeah! That's a complicated story, but well told.
Great job there from Leroy Troy and I'm My Own Grandpaw. Connie Smith was singing along to all the verses. She knew the words to all that. We're going to get her to do that song on an upcoming episode.
her
It's going to
own
be done as
grandma.
I'm My Own Grandma. And indeed she is. Well, indeed it is hymn time right now, and we're going to get fabulous superlatives to gather around the microphone here and do one of the old-time tunes. Marty's going to pick the mandolin, and Apostle Paul and Harry Stinson are going to chime in with some harmony. They're going to sound so good on this. You're going to love them as they do This Little Light of Mine, fellas.
Well, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, 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 I let my little light shine. Well, Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, 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 I let my little light shine. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, I let my little light shine. Well, Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, 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 I let my little light shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, 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 I let my little light shine.
Here's Mr. .com himself one more time, Marty Stuart.
Thank you, Mr. Stubbs. Voted 3 times the prettiest man on radio, Eddie Stubbs. Congratulations,
and I'll
Eddie
tell you
Stubbs.
what, you put him on a cruise and he's got the best looking legs there.
I've heard it takes sunglasses to bear it. Thank you for coming to see us.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it very much.
You betcha.
I've loved it here, and I want, if you will, you can invite me back, and I will come.
Well, you're invited, so come back, okay?
How about, let me see, tomorrow?
That's good. Okay. Well, we'll be looking for you. But before you leave, would you sing the 3 bells just for me?
Well, you know, I usually do this with 2 girls. And since we've got 2, can I get, you think I could put dresses on them and get them to sing like
It
girls?
won't work.
It won't work. Okay.
I've tried.
Then we better do it the way
All
I do it. This is the story of a little boy. There's a village hidden deep in the valley, among the pine trees half forlorn. And there on a sunny morning, little Jimmy Brown was born. Bum, 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 all the chapel bells were ringing in the little valley town. And the songs that they were singing was for baby Jimmy Brown. And the little congregation prayed for guidance from above. Lead us not into temptation, bless this hour of meditation, guide him with eternal love. There's a village hidden deep in the valley, beneath the mountains high above. And there, 20 years thereafter, Jimmy was to meet his love. Bum, 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 all the chapel bells were ringing. 'Twas a great day in his life, for the songs that they were singing was for Jimmy and his wife, and the little congregation prayed for guidance from above. Lead us not into temptation, bless, O Lord, this celebration. May their lives be filled with love. From the village hidden deep in the valley, one rainy morning, dark and gray, a soul winged its way to heaven. Jimmy Brown had passed away. Bum, 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 just a lonely bell was ringing in the little valley town. 'Twas farewell that it was singing to our good old Jimmy Brown, and the little congregation prayed for guidance from above. Lead us not into temptation, may his soul find the salvation of thy great eternal love.
Oh, how nice is that? Cousin, take it on.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much. On behalf of Jim Ed Brown, all the fabulous superlatives, Connie Smith, Leroy Troy, Gary Carter, and Eddie Stubbs. There's Mr. Stubbs. I'm Marty Stuart saying thank you for coming to see us. We'll see you again right back next week on the Marty Stuart Show. Good night, everybody.